So, hello everybody. Sorry we are late, but because of my phone and something else special going on, it's not allowed me to set my YouTube live stream off unless I change one of the settings, which is what I've had to do right now. And now I've got the problem of where do I put this so we can see both of us? Unless we sit together. Would you like to do that?
No.
You wouldn't like to sit together, would you not?
No.
Right, so what about there? If you lean forward a bit, where's my cup of tea gone? Yeah, that's fine. It's not even on the tripod. You need to be in. You always do. You don't want to be in shot, do you?
I mean, this is hideously shambolic and unprofessional.
Oh,
I've never known anything like it.
you saw what was going on.
Yeah, I saw you arsing it up.
No, I set it as horizontal.
No, you made it complete.
But I saved it as
right,
that.
I
but it
use
wouldn't work.
YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I never have this issue.
Yeah, but why do I always have this issue?
Because you don't know what you're doing.
Look, see, you don't know what you're doing. You won't even be in shot.
Because, right, I'm sitting on the seat. Now, in order to be in shot, I need to not be sitting on the seat.
Oh, I know, Ben. It might be better off if it was over there, where it'd be a bit further away.
Right.
And then we can sit further over here, can't we?
Oh, God.
Stop moaning, you
Never
damn.
known anything like it. How do you get any viewers for these things of yours?
I don't know. Maybe because maybe I'm a bit more likeable than what you are.
Oh, God, well, there must be something.
That's what it is. Right, so let's just change this again now. Putting you on the tripod of natural selection. And putting you into the sink.
Oh, fucking hell, how far away is that?
Well, that might work, you see.
Right.
Does it work? It does a bit. It doesn't work quite as well as I would like it to. I've got no hope of actually reading any comments.
It's almost as if it would be better horizontal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny that.
It would be a lot better if it was horizontal. If only that would have worked.
Next time, should we do it on my channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we normally do. It was your suggestion to do it on mine.
Yeah, because I was trying to be kind. I didn't know I was going to be submitting myself and the viewers to this bollocks.
The only reason you are ever kind
This is
is so that you've got
outrageous.
something you can take back and smack me around the face with, or anybody else you happen to be being kind to at the time.
I was genuinely being kind. I got the lunch video. You didn't quite manage to get the lunch video because yet again your microphone wasn't working. I mean, there is a theme here. Anyway, your live stream, you get on with your stuff. Hello, welcome to the caravan. I'm sorry I'm late. It's cold, the weather's shit. Can't be unfortunately we're horizontal because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You can't see me.
You can't see me.
They can see your elbow. Hang on, let me have a look on my portable electric telephone. Oh, yeah, that's spanking. I mean, what a lovely view the viewers have got there of the caravan of desolation.
Yeah. Well, it does look a little bit untidy at the moment. That's because of you.
Hello, both. How are you today?
Oh. Anyway, it's not cold today, so no, I'm not really too concerned about it. It's not cold here today. It has been cold.
I've just read a comment.
Have you?
Yeah.
What?
Shall I read it again for you?
Yeah, go on then.
Hello, both. How are you today?
Fine. I'm fine. Thank you very much for asking. What about you?
Well, I mean, I'm thoroughly ashamed of this shambolic presentation that I'm apparently part of.
What about this now then? What about charging with...
Charging? You can't charge people for this crap.
Yeah, I can charge my phone whilst I suggest that they might want to.
Would you like another comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, who's that?
That's name me -1.
Right. Oh, there's an idea. You read the comments out. I try and guess who's said.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Paul and Boaty.
That sounds...
And if it helps, you've got a capital P for Paul, but I've got a lowercase b for Boaty.
That does help, actually.
Right.
Barry Scrotter.
No, but his is the next comment. So
Is it? So read that one out then.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Barry Scrotter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, I got one. So if you're interested, then normally we do lives separately, and I think we do better separately than what we do together. And that,
I would disagree with it.
well, I wouldn't. I think I do a much better job when you're not about.
I think your lives are much better when I'm here, but
Yeah.
I think that my lives are better without you.
Right. See, I think the other way around.
Yeah, funny that, isn't it?
Well, no, I think you're better alone. I think I'm better alone, and really, we should just part company right now. save all the embarrassment, shouldn't we?
Welcome to the last ever episode of Mustard and Boaty Do Anything.
Oh, that would be a sigh of relief for so many people.
It would certainly be a sigh of relief for Box Fresh, who says, "Hi Paul, shut up Boaty." Windermiller says, "Sup." Buddy Scrotter says, "Sup Windy." Handbags at 30 paces.
Hamburgers.
Handbags.
Oh.
And you knows bro shouts in capital letters, "Good evening, Mustard and Boaty."
That was a bit loud, wasn't it?
Well, he shouted it, don't blame me.
Why do you need to shout it? We can hear. We can't hear you. You don't shout any more comments out. The thumbnail that I bunged up did make it look like we was going to be doing something rather exciting together. That's what I reckon. A nice picture of two silver Rover 45s together, which I agreed with myself that we should be doing a video of together. No, shall I spoil the news for everyone who's interested?
Oh, please do.
Yeah, well, Boaty brought down the car known as Dick-a-Dum-Dum, or Sir Richard and Lady Morris, to fail its MOT. It came down, it's a sure bet it was going to pass, and guess what? It's not. Poor son.
Joseph, you sold me a pup.
Anybody else would have known that car would have failed its MOT, but Boaty didn't.
Even though I don't know if I'm going to like this stream, and initial impressions aren't promising, I've clicked the like anyway.
Windy Miller.
Correct. After 2 years off the road and sat in my barn, my ZT180 has a new MOT today.
Ah, that sounds almost like a Hooked on Classics kind of comment.
Yeah?
Is it?
No.
Didn't think it was.
Well, Hooked on Classics doesn't have a ZT180.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought.
Oh, you were right.
Who is it then?
Miguel Sanchez.
Well, that's good news then, isn't it?
I need a magnifying glass to see you. Is it nice and warm in the colon of P&HQ?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to use that. That was Windy Miller.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, okay. This is a good game, actually. I like it.
Oh, and then somebody has burst into song. They call them shit
No.
live streams because they are shit.
Well, that's certainly appropriate for this one, isn't it?
Hello, both from the Derbyshire Badlands. Oh, you know who that is? That is High Ace Days and Holidays. And that is your subscriber that came into my restaurant the other night.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Right, so thank you for interrupting Boaty at work. He really did appreciate it.
He wasn't interrupting me at work. He came to collect he and his chum came to collect a takeaway.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well,
Which is kind of what we're there for. So that's not interrupting us.
well, I'm just making a presumption.
That's coming in. No, we don't consider customers an interruption. We consider them an essential and desirable part of our business model.
Are you saying that without the customers, you wouldn't really be able to continue doing your particular job?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Customers
Well,
are...
why do you complain about them then?
I don't complain about them.
You always
I've
complain.
never complained about
You
my
complain
customers.
about everything.
Not my customers. I love our customers.
I
They're
love
brilliant.
that. He loves my
I
customers.
do love them. I love them right up. I'd milk them if I could.
Oh, there's an interesting conversation, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
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 Today we've had lunch with somebody who everybody who knows him knows. Would you like to guess who we had lunch with today? Would you?
Oh, I'm on comments, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
They're a bit small.
What, the comments are a bit small?
Yeah.
Or the nipples?
I like this one. Who will rid us of this truculent priest? Now, what is that a misquote from?
I recognise it, but I don't know.
Right, somebody help me out here. I think it's Richard 3, but it could be Richard 2.
Right.
Somebody will know. Now, if we were on my live stream, Cheeseburger would tell me.
Yeah.
I rely heavily on Cheeseburger to tell me things.
Yeah, and that's why you tolerate him.
I do more than tolerate him.
Oh yes. Yeah, you're even going to encourage him to come up to the yard of help. Help.
If all goes according to plan, then General Cheeseburger will be in this very caravan on the 5th of February, which is a week on Monday, isn't it?
How are we going to fit all these people in this little caravan? Are we going to do lunch with everybody?
I understand that is the plan.
So there's not going to be enough room for us all, is there? That we could break the chassis. The tyres will go down. I'm not answering it. I don't even know the number.
Oh, it's a London number. God.
We are no, we're still here. But that is very, very inconvenient. And I do think that I've had this issue with Samsung, my phone, quite a few times where somebody calls and it just interrupts what you're doing. And sometimes that might not seem like such a big deal. But if I'm recording, if I'm using my camera, it just fucks the camera off. It says, no, you've got a phone call to take here. And if you've got your phone on silent, which often you will do whilst you're recording, because like me, you end up with loads of messages going ding, you don't even know. So I could be doing something over there, trying to do some rather good shot, and it's gone.
Have you finished?
No, I haven't, Reg.
Right, my lovelies. Now, perhaps you already have a YouTube channel. Perhaps you are a content creator. Or perhaps you're considering becoming one. But you hear tales of problems such as this and you think, how will I deal with that? Well, I'm going to help you. Now, all of the problems that Captain Mustard here, with his camp Jesus looks, has just outlined, I don't suffer from, and I'm going to explain to you how I managed to avoid them. I use a different device for recording on and doing live streams on than I do for receiving telephone calls on. Now, I'm not JM on cars.
Do you want to stop now?
No, I'm not Matt of
Please.
Furious Driving, right? I use a portable electric telephone, same as Mustard, but I use a different one. This is my actual phone.
Yeah.
This is my recording phone, separate thing, and then at home I've got a dedicated live stream phone. So you don't need anything super flash.
But not everybody is as rich as what Boaty is, you see.
I'm not rich, I'm very,
You've
very
got
poor.
3 phones.
Yeah, but when I started my YouTube channel, I did all of my recording on an iPhone 6 that was worth about £11. And I was still doing that up until a couple of months ago.
Right. Well,
So-
I only have one because the other one got broken.
I bet. So if you are looking to do this, then I bet you've got an old phone knocking about, or a family member will have. Use that with no SIM card in it.
But that I would do, but that does a better picture.
Then, do you need a really good picture to handle a phone call?
No, you don't. That's
Then
why I
you-
was using my old one for doing exactly that.
Right. Now this is
I
my...
didn't even stop ranting. Because do you know what? The thing that really bugs me more than anything is when you're using the sat nav and then you get a phone call. You get a phone call and it fucks your sat nav off. And then it doesn't even put it back on once you've finished.
Perhaps you are thinking about using a sat nav, and you've just heard this tale of woe and you're worried about... Buy a tom-tom. Don't use one thing for everything.
But that's the idea of it.
That's like saying that.
That's the idea of your modern smartphone, is it can do everything.
That's like saying that your wife can't cook dinner while you're using her as a Hoover. Well, have a separate vacuum cleaner.
Right.
Don't use your wife.
Well, I don't.
Oh, well.
That was interesting, wasn't it? And I'm sure that some of you may have wandered off there because you just didn't really understand what it was on about.
And don't forget, folks, if you're not enjoying this live stream, unsubscribe.
And while you're at it, go over to Boaty's channel and smash that unsubscribe button. And tell him that you've done it as well.
And remember that mustard is competitive. Let's see if we can get more people unsubscribing from this channel. Let's read some comments, shall we?
You will actually get people doing that then, just to...
52 people watching this shit.
Yeah, well, that's what you've got to do. If you want to be seen, you've got to go somewhere where people are watching.
Oh, no.
Let's have a little close-up myself, if you don't mind. It's over at the hot end of the caravan here, but also the very slopey down bit as well, because I haven't, surprisingly enough, haven't found time to actually adjust the level of the caravan because I have other things to do, and that's why. So, how are we all today, says JC. Oh, hang on. There's somebody called Middle-Aged Man here. Should we have multiple wives, one for each thing that they are good for?
You've missed out about 4,693 comments.
I haven't. I've just gone. I'm just at the bottom. You're doing reading out comments. You are here.
Hello, lads. Doing a clutch up on a Citroen Berlingo today. Stop by for a cuppa and popped by.
Yo, cats.
One more rover in the yard. Yes, annoyingly.
Yeah, and that was great because we've just got rid of one car. Oh, I'm going to give away my video. Oh, I always try and keep these things.
Oh, hi, Days and Holidays, you legend. I've now subscribed to Boaty's channel, as well as unsubscribing from this one.
Who said that?
Hi, Days and Holidays.
Yeah, well, never mind.
Yeah, see, you've never cooked for him.
Oh, right, I see.
If you gave him curry, well, I say gave him.
Is that the chap who was in your restaurant?
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah. I've had some of Boaty's curry, but I do make my own, and I was making curries long before he was even born.
Yeah, that's true, because you are considerably older than me.
Yeah, considerably.
Considerably.
I'll be. We won't be on the same number next month.
Is it your birthday next month?
You know it is.
I didn't. I'd forgotten.
Did you? How could you forget my birthday? Oh, I know why. Because I don't bang on about it.
Right. Can I just point out? That you are my best friend, and yet you are just about the only person on this earth who didn't bother wishing me a happy birthday.
Yeah.
And you did that on purpose, didn't you?
Happy birthday, mate.
Yeah. Thanks. In 2 weeks too late.
Tweaks.
Well,
you was busy.
The phone needs to be turned by 90 degrees, says Park Nest.
Yeah, but I've done that and it doesn't work. Then.
Has the Hyundai sold?
It might have done. I mean, certainly some. Hang on. It must have sold if it's already been seen up for sale somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
But
I meant to look it up.
Yeah, there are some circumstances. Oh, yeah, they're going to do much better out of it than what we did.
Darlings, if...
Darlings.
Oh, sorry, I'm on your last
yeah. You can only address your people as darlings.
Yeah.
Mine will wonder what's going on.
How should I address yours?
I don't know. Call them darlings if you like. I don't think they'll mind.
Well, now, sensation seekers, if you missed out on buying a lovely Hyundai Amica and you're kicking yourself at having missed it, fear not, because the person we sold it to has got it back up for sale.
Yep.
It will just cost you £1,300 more.
More than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, they don't know what we sold it for.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying more than that. Because I don't know how much we sold it for either, come to think of it.
How much have they got it up for sale for?
I think it's 2,350.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hyundai Amica is back up for sale. 2 days, one day?
One day.
1 day after we sold it, it is back up for sale for £2,350.
Yeah.
And we had it up for?
1,100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I think that somebody's going to get a bargain, and it happens to have been the person that bought it off of us.
Yeah.
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 Which we knew it would be. I'd rather them say that was a bargain. Look how much we're selling it for.
Yeah.
They'll come back and buy something else then.
Exactly.
I want him to buy that Golf. Imagine how much they'll put the Golf up for. If you fancy a Volkswagen Golf with black wings and a very short MOT and locks that don't work, you could be paying up to £2,500 for it. Or you could buy it before somebody buys it off of me for £950.
Oh, sorry.
What?
So I thought that was a joke, but that's actually the price, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Dear God. Right, well, let's have a competition.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, whose car's best?
No, we're not doing that competition.
Why? Why? Because you're going to lose.
I've got to go home in a company car because my car is not quite as MOT'd as I would like it to be.
Yeah.
So my car has got
That
to
means
stay
it's
here.
failed its MOT.
It has failed its MOT, but listen, don't panic.
Oh, balls.
It's not going to be one of those that sits here for the next 12 months like poor old, I've forgotten his name, he's
Sheeson?
been here so long. Well, Sheeson was one. Who's the latest one that's been here for?
I don't know.
Brian.
Oh, Brian.
Brian. It is booked in with the garage next door. The earliest they can do it is the 1st of February, but it is booked in. So, oh! That was my foot, you great clod up in tart.
We got 57 people watching.
Bloody hell, that's a record, isn't it?
No, I think I might have been slightly more than that.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's
But
impressive.
anyway, so before I interrupted that by stamping on Boaty's foot, he was about to suggest that you try and guess what car he's going to go home in tonight.
I wasn't.
Oh, was you not?
No, I was going to suggest that we have a competition. That,
Huh? 65?
bloody hell.
Yes, keep going. Now, it's well worthwhile sharing this live stream with people you don't like to annoy them. And then, we can annoy them even further. Make sure you click that like button whilst you're at it. It's easy, it's free, and he'll thank you for it.
And then unsubscribe.
No, stop saying that. Somebody will do it.
Somebody probably already
I've
has.
worked hard for my subscribers, so please unsubscribe to him instead. He deserves it.
I don't care.
Right, yeah. So,
What I was going to suggest was
Yeah.
that we each have a challenge over the next 7 days. So I'm going to be back here next Monday.
Yep.
All right? So the challenge is, by next Monday, I have got to sell, for a profit, the car that I'm going home in.
Yep.
And you have got to sell, for a profit, the
Like I
Golf.
normally do. Oh, the Golf.
The Golf.
So that tells
Go-
you that
you
he's not
said-
taking the... Hey, wait,
You
I've got
said
an
you would
idea.
take personal responsibility for that Golf when you bought it. We didn't want it. Me and the unknown banker, we thought you were a lunatic, but you said, no, I know what I'm doing. And you went on a video that you made saying, if I've made a mistake with this car, if I can't sell this car, I'm going to have to take personal responsibility for it.
That's true, yeah.
You did, didn't
I
you?
did.
Yeah,
And
well-
what better way to prove me wrong than showing me how to sell it?
I'm not taking that
You
Golf
should
home.
take that off.
I'm
You
not
can try it.
taking
It's got
that.
some diesel in it still.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. No. The Golf is your baby. So you've got until next Monday.
Someone's ringing you now.
They are ringing me.
Yeah.
Gosh. But they're ringing me on my phone, not on my camera phone.
All right, yeah.
That's the beauty of a separate
I wonder if it's the
device.
same number as before.
No, it's a mobile number.
All right. So, yeah, I've got to try and sell the Golf,
Yeah.
and you've got to sell
By
this
next
car.
Monday, and I've got to sell the car that I go home in.
I like that challenge, actually. Who do you reckon's going to win?
Me.
Well, I hope so.
I'd rather you won.
I'd rather me win as well. But I don't really care. I mean, as long as one of us win. No, I'd rather you sell one. Because I've sold a lot more cars than you so far, and you need to catch up.
Not in a,
It's a ghostly caravan. This.
not over a lifetime. I've sold more than you over a lifetime.
No, not over a lifetime. Just this, what feels like a lifetime.
Hang on, how many have you sold? We can't be that far apart from each other.
Right, well, you tell me what you've sold.
623.
That's still here.
Yeah, that's not my fault. I did
Still
my
here.
I did my part.
But you was the one that chose that car.
Yeah.
You've chose badly.
No, I didn't. I sold it almost straight away.
Yeah.
Fanny.
Yeah, that one's gone.
Um,
This is where he's going to get stuck.
I'm sure I've sold more.
Yeah.
Barney.
Well, you, Barney, you actually traded and gave some money.
Yeah.
So it's kind of not really the same, is it?
Not really, no.
No.
But I'll claim it.
What you've done is get rid of a really good, decent Streetwise that now is being advertised as being a heap of junk because it's got no tax on it.
Tom's going to buy it.
Is it?
Tom's going to buy it.
Right. Okay. And got
He
yourself.
wants me to send him the guy's details.
Right. Okay. And now you have a Metro that doesn't really. run properly.
We have a Metro.
Oh, we have a Metro that I've not seen.
No, well, the plan was, because obviously today is almost gone, so we can't do today again.
No, we can't.
And in a fortnight's time, we've got the whole of Birmingham coming up to spend the day with us.
Yep.
So next week, I was going to come in the Metro, so that you can have a play with it and film it and
Right.
do a review and whatnot.
Okay. Good.
But I can't do that now.
Why?
Well, maybe I can. If I sell the car that I'm going home in.
What you're saying is you're gonna have to come back in the other one. Ah, yeah. You sell it, bring the Metro up, and then leave that here and take on Dick Dum Dum.
Dick Dum Dum won't be done next Monday.
Oh, no, it's the week after.
It's being done on the 1st, and next Monday is the not 1st.
Okay, right. This conversation is not too exciting for our viewers. So, you know what the challenge is. I wonder if anybody thinks. Do your bets now. Who's going to win this particular competition? There's no prize involved except for us, where we will actually make some money off of it, hopefully.
Well, there might be a prize. Might give him the golf. Hang on, somebody's abusing me by text.
Oh, really? Read it out loud.
Read the fucking comments. There's people making comments. Read the comments, for Christ's sake. Come on.
Who's that?
I've got no idea. It's just a...
Right, okay. I'd like to know who sent that. I'd like to know who sent that to you so we can not read their comments.
I can't believe I'm getting into trouble on your live stream.
Well, because you're the one looking after the comments. But
Right, hang on, I'll wait.
if it was just reading comments, it'd be the same as any other live stream, wouldn't it?
Right, okay. Black lines. Shoes off the furniture. Hello, lads. I'm sure you both working together could get your Rover 100 fixed. You knows bro says I'm blind. Garage Nightwork says hello, lad. Oh, I read that one before. And that one. Ben says well done and good news to Miguel Sanchez. Carl Hamilton says get the keyboard out and play us a tune. High Ace Days and Holiday says I would have stopped longer in the restaurant, but we had women waiting for the food. Milking customers, says Carl Hamilton. Freudian slip there. Hi everyone, says Park Nest. Oh, it was Beckett, Stephen S. Paul. Thank you, Stephen S. Paul. It was Beckett, I remember now. Steve, that says, who will rid me of this turbulent priest, although they changed it to truculent. Because I am more truculent than turbulent. I thought that was very clever.
Very, very clever, yeah.
Steve Bull guesses Allegro Man. Steve,
Yes.
that might be Steve Dole. Skick says, my two apprentices enjoying each other's company in the cosy caravan. We're his apprentices.
Really?
Yeah, Skick is taking responsibility for us.
In what way?
Well, he gives us advice and
He
tries,
does, doesn't he?
he
Yeah.
tries to guide our careers.
Yeah.
And he gives us encouragement.
Yeah.
And
Tells
he
me
gives
to
us,
try and get a motorbike.
yeah, well, he gives us constructive criticism where we need it.
Yeah, and where we don't. So, well, it's a whole well-balanced constructive criticism that sometimes we deserve. Oh.
Temperature only showing 1/8 on the gauge, engine hot. Guess I'm taking off the intake again for a sensor swap. And that's me, Gail Sanchez, on his ZT180. Joe says, sad to see it failed on two major things. Yeah, I'm sad it failed on two major things as well, Joe.
Which Joe?
Our Joe.
Oh, our Joe.
Yeah.
He's ours. Hey, Joe, you're ours. You belong to us.
Well, I've slept under the same roof as him.
Oh, God. You know when somebody starts saying something and
I don't like where this is going.
yeah, you end up coming to the wrong conclusion.
My intention is always positive, says the man who just gave me a load of abuse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I don't know who it is, do I?
Oh, right. What, is it on there?
It's text message.
Oh, right, I see.
Okay.
I'm glad I haven't got any messages like that. Because what could...
Phones
what could
are great to get going on your channel, but a dedicated camera avoids those sort of incoming calls. Yeah, well, so does having an old phone with no SIM card in it.
Yeah.
If you can't afford a dedicated camera, that's my top tip.
It is a good top tip. If only I'd taken some notice of it. Well, I did, but my other phone broke when I used the gimbal. Because it's got one of those springs in there. It clamped it that bloody hard. It cracked the screen a bit further. And then half the screen disappeared.
Right.
And I've not even used the gimbal because it's shite. The battery lasts about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it just goes all floppy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not... I mean, I do feel sorry for...
Oh, it's Skick.
Skip!
It's Skick.
Skip.
Yeah.
Right, Skip. This is just for you. You're a naughty boy. Don't talk to us like that.
He wasn't talking to us, he was talking to me. Actually, maybe he was talking to you.
Well,
Cameron, it's your live stream.
Yeah.
You should be responsible for reading the comments out, or not.
Yeah, well, I would be if I could do. But I can read them if I sit over there.
I wish I had your glasses on.
Why?
Well, so I could read these.
I thought
easier.
your eyes were perfectly okay.
Not in this kind of light. Maybe if I added some light to it. Hold on.
Maybe. Oh gosh, I mean that's just going to glare back at you.
Okay.
The point of the screen being backlit in the first place is you don't need to shine a torch on it.
They were probably calling you about claiming compensation for an accident you may have had recently. All you need to provide is your bank details. Windy Miller says, I've had to buy an Android phone in order to complete a task. So I bought a cheap one. It comes tomorrow. But I'm wondering if the £1,000 ones are really that much better than the 121 I've ordered. Well, we'll find out. Luke says, okay. Sorry, I've just joined, so missed it. Hope your 25 is all good. Carl Hamilton says, yeah, there's a huge difference between phones. Yeah.
See, the trouble is, comments are all great and everything, but when you're just reading comments out, we end up with this, and it's not. I don't think a live stream that's just reading comments out is as good as two people having the kind of.
Well, we'll just whiz through the comments and then we'll crack on with it.
The usual conversation that we was currently having.
Joe says, why are your lives in portrait?
Joe Cox.
You know he doesn't like that.
He does like it.
He doesn't like being surnamed.
Surnamed.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Is that what it's called?
Mm.
Because, Joe...
It's like having an Irish mother, you get middle named.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because...
Sean Mary O'Hara, will you pull the knickers up on you?
Pull the knickers up on you?
Yeah.
Because they
I
won't
hear
work.
this is no father.
I like the other one. I hear you're a cunt now, father.
It's a constant theme on the live stream now. Every time something goes, the last one was, I hear you're a money launderer now, father.
Yeah, that's what it's turned into. Just rehashing the same jokes.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, so...
you've made a channel out of it.
Do I? Do you reckon I rehash old jokes?
Yeah.
Do you?
Well, no.
I don't think I do
Not
particularly.
old, just old routines I mean, you know, there are constant recurring things.
What, like washing the car?
Washing the car, plinky plonky music, doing your crouchy jump up and down thing.
Well, I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nobody can do that.
The only recurring thing of yours that I actually liked, you've stopped doing, and that was the weird name introductions.
Ah, but see, I stopped doing that because I thought the only person that really got them was Dick Dastardly.
No, I got them.
All right, okay. Well, I'll start doing them again then.
They were the only bit of your video I watched. Once that came up, I turned off. And that's it. It's peaked.
But, I'm going to take that as a request to do some more
Okay.
because I did quite like making those names.
I did give you in that in a brick called Wilfred. I did give you some names.
Yeah.
I think you had 3 names in that one.
Right. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, hello, Cheeseburger's here. Yo, cats.
Yeah, I read that one out before.
The phone needs to be turned 90 degrees.
Yes, I know, but it doesn't work. If I turn it 90 degrees, it goes off. If I go back to... I'm gonna go closer to explain this in a much better, you know, a more personal way. When I set the live stream up, what I actually did is I went into the advanced settings where you can have landscape or portrait, and I chose landscape. And then went to do the live stream, and it wouldn't do it. It just said, you need to turn your thingy. So I did turn it, and it didn't work. So what I had to do to get the live stream to start was to go back to the settings and go to portrait. It's as simple as that. It doesn't like cooperating. It doesn't like doing as it's told by me.
I want Boaty to take the golf, says Barry Scrotter,
Me
who
too.
is no longer my friend. He was one of my favourites, but not anymore.
Yeah, but Barry likes the golf.
Oh, does he?
Well, he likes his golf. Many people would say the Golf is a better car than the Rover 25, and many people are wrong. But I reckon that some of those many people should just buy the Golf and put their money where their mouth is.
I'm proud not to be a Boaty subscriber, says Mighty Car Mods.
That's something worthwhile. You know, printing out on a big laminated label.
Yeah, well, we can make that a t-shirt for Hunterville.
Yep, you could do. Still reading comments then. You must have quite a few to go at, yeah?
I'm looking for one comment in particular that I've been advised to look for.
Oh, why? Why have you been advised to look for it? You've been advised to look for a comment.
Yeah.
By Skick.
No, by Neil.
By Neil.
Yeah.
Well, it could take ages. Yeah, see, I don't really get this. I mean, if you can get through comments.
Have you two mofos ever done a day's work in your life?
Well, I have.
Well,
and he works at night time.
I have a full-time job, so yeah, I do.
And I do lots and lots of unpaid work here every day that I don't get thanks for. Anyway, be nice just to go back to just doing a proper job where I get a regular income that I can guarantee I'm going to get. I mean, you don't get any thanks for that either, but at least you've got a reason to get up. What are you laughing at now?
You know the game that Longman Matt used to do of spelling out a word with it. Somebody's done that, but spelled out faggot.
Right. Who's done that?
I can't read it out. I can't read his name out. It's offensive.
Right. Is it?
That one.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. You probably won't block him from the live stream, I guess. If only I could be bothered.
An instruction for you. Interact with comments. Don't just read them out.
You can't do both. There isn't time to interact and read them out.
Maybe he just wants you to interact with his.
That'll be it, yeah.
Right.
So, right, there will be one comment by one person who that's the most important comment, is their comment, and that's the one that we should be focusing on.
Yeah.
Right, but what is it? Which comment is it?
Hey, what?
Which comment is it that we should be interacting with?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the comment was, interact with the comments, don't just read them out.
Right.
And that was from Windy Miller.
Well, Windy Miller. Windy Miller's Windy Miller. Windy Miller's one of my,
Mindy Willer.
is one of my favourites.
Morecambe Mindy.
Morecambe
Her
Mindy Miller.
surname was Willer.
Was it?
Yeah.
I can see somebody in purple. Oh, is that Johnny Tightlips? It is, yeah. I thought, look at that. I can read Johnny Tightlips from that distance. And Johnny Tightlips, welcome to the live stream.
Simone says, Mustard, your phone screen needs to be set to auto-rotate. And Parknet says, the phone needs to be set to auto-rotate.
But it is.
Right. All
It
right.
is. It does that anyway.
Now interact with those comments, otherwise Windy Miller will kick your fucking
Windy Miller
skinny
will
arse.
not do that.
He will.
He won't.
He will.
He won't.
He's like a vengeful deity.
Well, like the rest of them.
Yeah.
No, it won't, because I've already
Windy
done
Miller's a type of chap to take the tin off a tin of cheap, the lid off a tin of cheap baked beans with a really bad tin opener and then use that as a weapon.
Do you know, I thought you were going to say then, Windy Miller's the kind of chap that would take the tin off with a really cheap tin opener and then complain that the beans aren't very good because of it.
Do you buy baked beans?
Yeah,
Which brand?
supermarket.
Which supermarket?
Lidl, Aldi.
Yeah, don't advertise.
Do you?
Do I buy baked beans? Yeah, I do.
What, supermarket?
Yeah.
Right, not Heinz then.
No.
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 Why?
Because, right, I would prefer, two reasons
Yeah.
I don't buy Heinz. One is I am quite poor.
Right.
And the difference in price between a small tin of Heinz and a small tin of Sainsbury's own brand is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sainsbury's own brand, 21p.
Right.
Heinz, like about £3.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that might be one of the reasons, which I definitely would agree with. But the other one is that they're too sweet.
Right.
Same with cereal.
And there's another one. There's another reason.
All right, you're gone.
Heinz tins, don't have a tapered bottom, so you can't stack them on top of other cans.
Right. So they think they're special.
Yeah.
Can you stack them on themselves?
No.
Right.
No, they're completely unstackable.
What's the point of that?
I've got no idea.
somebody-
Heinz, what are you thinking?
Somebody had a good idea about making that tapered bottom so you could do
Yeah.
exactly that.
Exactly.
And they thought, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
People buy them anyway.
Yeah.
We'll charge twice the price and we'll still buy them.
And it's the same across all Heinz products.
Right.
Maybe they think they're but maybe they're worried about their brand being hidden at the bottom of a cupboard with other stuff.
That's good. I think that what it actually is that the logic behind that is you just buy one tin. You don't need to, and you can't afford to. So you just buy one, so they don't need to stack.
Yeah, but you might want baked beans and cream of tomato soup.
Yeah, but
I think most people it wouldn't be unusual to have those two tins in your cupboard.
well, maybe it is for display purposes, so that, like you say, you can't actually stack them up so anything gets hidden. It's got to be put at the front.
Anyway, I find it annoying. I don't want any company dictating to me how I organise my kitchen cupboard, thank you very much.
No, I don't either.
So they can fuck off
Yeah,
about Sainsbury's own brand.
Sainsbury's, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right. Have we interacted with that comment sufficiently to
Well,
move
no,
on to
I could
another one?
happily go a bit further. Do you want to
Oh,
choose,
well, feel free.
choose another comment? Choose another, because we can't do all
Okay.
of them. But we can actually really delve into each, well, not each, but a comment. Really talk about it, really extract something useful out of it. So that's probably the way to do it, isn't it? Just make sure your comment gets read out by making it interesting, and then you're in with a chance. And in the meantime, I'll see if we have any more abusive people. Right, what is that all about? A coward, low achiever in life, a person with large inferiority complex, using a fake account. That's from Skick. That's an unusual thing to say about yourself, mate. Why? Why would you say that?
Pingu Concord asks, Boaty, how did you earn your share of the Hyundai sale?
Well, that's something you could try and answer. Hey, that's what we was up to before. That was the question. We was talking about what we've sold so far. And we got as far as the 2 cars that you've sold.
All right.
And we didn't get onto the ones that I've sold.
Okay, well, go for it.
Right, so yeah. What have I sold? Pingu Concord. The Codfather.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's one. I almost forgot about that one.
Yeah.
The ZT180.
Don't even remember that.
Yeah, no, because you saw it in the yard, I think, but I don't think you even sat in it.
I didn't think we'd ever had one.
Yeah, it was a Ignition Blue ZT. No, not ZS180 rather.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
All right.
And Ian Paisley, the 414.
Oh, yeah.
What else? Oh, the Hyundai.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's another one as well. But anyway, that's what we would call dead space, just sitting here scratching your chin trying to remember. So let's call it 4.
Okay.
But it might be 5.
And I've done 3, so we're fairly close.
So you've done 3, but more like 1.
No, it's not. And
It's more like 1.
in fact, there's one more that I've forgotten about, so that makes it equal.
Oh, right. Okay, right. Well, how many cars have both of us benefited from out of you selling so far?
Oh, well done, Neil. Thank you. Rover 600.
Well done.
I sold it to Neil.
Oh, yes, actually true.
Yeah.
But it's still here.
Yeah, might as well not be. Yeah, this is Neil. We know it's done and
But
dusted.
right, hang on. Is that just, did you sell it did he sell it to you, or did we sell it to you? Because I would have thought it's kind of...
Well, he's just pinged me to say that I sold it to
Well,
him.
that's not fair, because I'd have charged you more money for it. And he would have benefited from that. Go on, read a comment out that we can actually make use of then.
It's worth investing in a good quality. I'll give you a choice of comments, and you can choose which one to interact with.
That's a good idea.
Okay, right.
I hope you like this way of doing it.
Comment number 1. It's worth... Hang on. Comment number 1. Cheap beans make me follow through. Comment number 2. It's worth investing in a good quality tin opener. Comment number 3. My bottom is not tapered.
That's more like a live stream title suggestion for one of yours.
I'm going to call tonight. My bottom is not tapered.
Yeah. Oh, have you?
Thank you, Simone, for that.
Is it Simone? Right.
Yeah.
But what? How do you
Stick is
interact
brutal.
with that though?
Hey?
Well, because we've actually done that. The my bottom isn't tapered thing was the result of a conversation that we had about beans. So unless we go back to the same conversation, yes, you're looking rather curious.
Next comment for your comment number 4. Has TV Steve Berry come for his TF yet?
No, he hasn't. And I have sent him a reminder. I said, fancy coming collecting your car soon, Steve. And he didn't actually reply to that one.
Denise 7 says, how much are your cars?
How much are them?
How much are they? And Joe says, what cars are up for sale? And that is us caught up with the comments.
Wow!
So now we can have a chat.
Yay!
Or you can interact with those comments.
I tell you what, I really feel quite relieved at that actually.
Yeah?
So you missed a few comments off as well by actually catching up so quickly there as well.
Ah, well.
How much are our cars? Well, it rather depends on which one you're talking about.
It does, doesn't it?
So should we go through them?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Johnny Crook, the Rover 25, which I collected last week, is up for £1,150. Your turn.
It's quite cheap at that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's not expensive.
Yeah. It's a really nice car, that one, isn't it?
Dented Doris. Dented Doris hasn't actually had an advert just yet. because there's something I do need to sort out on it.
Is it?
Yeah, something's just come up on it
Okay.
that I need to deal with.
Oh dear.
But that I did actually mean 750, not 650. That was actually what I had in mind, but I said 650, and I forgot to edit that bit out and put a new bit in. So it will go up for sale at 750, but that means that you know you could have it for 650. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Right. The other one, the other green one, that's going to go for its MOT yet, and it's going to need a tiny little patch.
But that's an IXL with leather and a sunroof.
Yeah,
And
I've discovered it's going to need a little patch of wells as well.
Right.
But
Okay.
it is only a little. It's a hole about that big.
Right.
You couldn't even put your finger in, and if you did do
Are you qualified to do that?
what, do that.
Yeah, I think you need a professional person to come and assess the size of that aperture.
What are you getting at?
I just think you need a professional man trained in the art of assessing the size of things.
Sit forward. You're off camera. You want to know who I'm talking to, don't you? Have you noticed it's gone dark outside? Well, yeah, but I can see the hole is that big.
Yeah, but you're not qualified.
Yeah, but I don't want to put my finger in it.
Can you think of anybody that would be properly qualified to assess a size?
Allegro man.
What do we call him these days?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in jokes don't work on live streams.
No.
Sorry, everyone.
Watch this again after you've watched the lunch video, and that will make sense.
Yeah, well, if you do. Yes, there's that one.
And don't forget, unsubscribe.
And don't forget, there are more cars available here, and one of them happens to be a car with no name.
Oh, which one's that?
The one that hasn't got a name. The 214. I never chose a name for it, and I decided its name should be the car with no name.
Which one is that?
The one that we got from Blackpool.
Oh, I drove that back from Blackpool.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's a nice car.
Yeah. And that one's up for sale for £1,200. A 214 R8 in Nightfire Red. British Nightfire Red.
That's a nice car. I drove that all the way back from Blackpool.
All the way back. Yeah, you didn't. Well, you didn't stop to break down, did you not?
No, I didn't break
No,
down
you
then.
just. I mean, you could have broken down had you not put some fuel in it. But that was a precaution that was made.
Well, does running out of fuel count as breaking down?
Well, it counts as not working any longer, doesn't it?
Yeah, but nothing's actually broken, is it?
I don't know. Right, so then we have Janet Jackson as well, which is awaiting.
Which one's that?
It's the white diesel, the old English white.
Oh, I
diesel.
drove that back from Senior Mustards.
You did, yeah.
That's a nice car, that.
It's a nice car, yeah.
Yeah.
That needs a little bit of
That's
welding.
pre-project drive, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
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 And it's diesel, isn't it?
It
L
is diesel,
series.
yeah. L series. The engine that
Arguably
you don't like.
the most sought after Rover 25.
Exactly, yeah.
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 What a lovely thing.
Yeah. And we need a man who can measure things to actually deal with the one thing that isn't quite right with that car. And that will be happening, hopefully, in the measure of time.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have a Volkswagen Golf. And then we have a Land Rover.
I see you skipped over that.
We have a Land Rover Freelander.
Don't mention the Golf. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it.
Yeah, very good. What? Oh, I've cut my arm.
Oh, dear.
How much would we sell the Land Rover for as it is at the moment with its broken spring and the smoky engine?
1,500.
£1,500.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take it as well.
What, would you let it go for less?
No, £1,500 as it is. Fair enough. That'll do me. Have we got anything else for sale?
Fred Shed?
Fred the Shed is kind of not for sale because it's too sheddy. Nobody'd like it, and it needs fixing. It needs its MOT, which I will be hopefully working on one of the jobs.
How much would Fred scrap for? Seriously?
A lot more than you'd want.
So if we sold it for £100, somebody could buy it and make a profit scrapping it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's do that.
Yeah, but then we'd be out of profit, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
And Fred's been a lovely chap around the yard. You know, but you know when you you imagine a lovely old man who's just got to that stage where he's always been helpful, but now because of his age and he's starting to stink.
Yeah, he's totally incontinent. He invites himself round to your house for coffee.
Yeah.
Sits on your chair and pisses on it.
Yeah. But he's still the same character, more or less.
Yeah, except he's soaked in urine.
Yeah, he stinks of pee. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so would you just go? Oh, let's get him. Let's get him off to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't invite him into my house.
But I mean, if you could just spend a bit of money on him and get him a new bladder, and his brain sort of remapped.
How much would that cost?
Oh, it costs quite a bit on an old man.
Well, I could get a nice prostitute for that, couldn't I?
So Fred the Shed can't really be for sale at the moment anyway. What else is for sale? Oh, the press release car.
Oh, now then.
Oh,
yes.
Yes. The green press release car with green interior and green.
That is
green.
a genuinely important and worthwhile car.
Yeah, it is.
Genuinely. And you've got a lot of history with that car, haven't you?
What you mean, as in like picking it up?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, you picked it up more than once, haven't you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, same with Toby Charles. Toby Charles as well is for sale, but there's a man who everybody knows of, and I won't tell you his name is Sheldon because I don't want you to know that he might actually be really interested in buying it. But the trouble is, at the moment, he can't. Just seeing as any. I think there's a bit of an argument going on between a couple of people as well, actually.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, one of them being Stick. I tried to make a joke of what he said.
You should attend to that.
Attend to it? No. Stick promised me that he wouldn't get involved in arguments with people on live streams. And I'm sure that he doesn't really mean it. And I'm sure there's another car for sale as well. Oh yeah, potentially the Metro and
Metro, MGTF
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of my cars are for sale.
Yeah. Nigel. I'd sell Nigel if I really had to do. And, I've been promised that some people would buy it. Somebody would buy it. That nobody's going to pay what I'm asking. That's the only thing. I'm being realistic, aren't I? Nobody's actually going to buy that. Also, I have a silver Rover 45, which isn't actually for sale. FFS must get some glasses. What good would glasses do at the moment? I can't read it from that distance anyway. Have you got distracted with something there? There's quite a lot of comments.
I'm just reading the comments.
There's a point. Read the comments. Just read the comments. You could just sit there and read the comments and not say anything about them.
I'm picking the 600 up on the 5th. The cash is out waiting for you. So get the bugger MOT'd.
Yeah, that's if it will MOT.
Maybe Steve Berry will spring into action if you tell him William Woolard has been on the phone asking if there's any chance he could buy it.
Oh, that was a good one, actually. Yeah, I think actually the trouble is it's gone on a bit too long, and he's probably thinking that he owes me a lot of rent on the car now.
Tell something I can't say. His car will be scrapped if it's not collected by the end of the week.
Probably won't go as far as that. I'm used to having people's shite knocking about in the yard, aren't I?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I like the press release car.
Okay, I like it as well.
Didn't you two try selling him anything when? Didn't you two try selling him anything when he was there?
Who?
I don't know.
Maybe Steve.
That TF will never go back on the road. I agree with that.
Yeah, it's looking that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's looking a bit sorry for itself. Oh, and the roof stopped working as well. That's the trouble when you leave things. And yeah, it's my fault for not attending to it and looking after it, but I do have other things to do. But the roof has stopped working. That's what I found out when we last moved it, because we had the roof down to tow it up the yard. It's easier that way.
Yeah.
But if it was being used, it might have gone wrong anyway, or it might have gone wrong in somebody else's care.
Oh, that gas bottle is gone.
Just as well it's not cold.
That's the reason it's not cold.
Well, it's not cold though, is it?
Well,
You're going to put another one on?
I've got a little dribble. Might as well use it up. Oh yeah, that is completely empty now. Feel that?
Why did you splash it all over me?
I didn't splash it all over you.
Something splashed everywhere. It smells like rubber.
Oh, don't be such a drama queen.
It's just condensation, isn't it? What's the time? Oh gosh, it's 5:30.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely?
It's pointless. I'd rather have the heating on when it was actually cold.
It is actually cold. It's the middle of January.
Yeah, but what you're doing is telling me what time of year it is.
Yeah.
Right, that's not relevant, is it?
Well, it is, because the middle of January means that it's winter.
Well, it means that it's likely to be cold, but as it goes, it isn't.
As it goes, it is.
It's not.
Right, has your missus got the heating on at home?
Well, I don't know, I'm not there.
Guess.
Probably.
Yeah. Same as all of those good people, they've got their heating on.
I bet that some of them haven't.
And that's what...
I bet you some of these people haven't got their heating on.
Right. Okay, if you haven't got your heating on, and you can honestly say you haven't got your heating on, comment now.
Now. And we're waiting for your comments. Now. In the meantime, I'm going to come over here and see if there's anything relevant to read out at the bottom of the list.
Boaty, are you in the metro? No, I'm in the caravan.
There we go. Pingu. Good on you, Pingu. Oh. And pure evil. There's nothing pure evil about having your heating on. Right, so that looks like most people haven't got their heating on, Boaty boy. Okay?
That's not most people, that's about 3 or 4 people.
Well, the ones I'm
Out of a world's population of, well, out of a UK population of 57 million.
The ones I'm reading said no. I didn't read the ones that said yeah. I then even said yes, they have got it on because it's jolly freezing out there.
Are you going to part out Brian Johnson? And what is the price of the green 45? Brian Johnson, well, if you want to take something off him before he goes to scrap, you can do.
No, we don't need to part out Brian Johnson.
He's right. Brian Johnson has now moved to the hospice.
Well, yeah, he's down at the other end of the yard.
Yeah, well, we know that nobody survives that end of the yard.
Fred has.
No. Fred is in his death throes.
No, he's not.
He's about to be put on a morphine drip.
Are you going to sneakily try and kill Fred off while I'm not looking?
He doesn't need any help.
He does.
He doesn't.
He does.
He doesn't.
He needs lots of help because he's currently on his deathbed, as you said.
Exactly. He doesn't need any help to be killed off. He's doing a fine job of that by himself.
Yeah, but
time has killed Fred.
No.
Time and poor ownership.
No. Well, yeah, some poor ownership, for definite, yeah. But he's out of the woods.
Out the woods, my ass. He's fucking...
Stop it. Stop wishing, Fred.
That car has had it. Why just accept it?
No.
Face facts. That car is never going to do anything ever again.
Fred.
It has it.
Fred, or...
It's gone. Fred, it's finished.
It's not.
It is.
Right, okay. Who thinks Fred's going to go back on the road again? Why don't we do that one as well?
What would be the point in putting Fred back on the road?
Because he's a perfectly good... Well, I mean, obviously didn't look very good.
Right. What sort of state is the body in?
Well, not great, but it's solid.
It's fucked.
It's not fucked.
It's fucked.
It's not.
What sort of state is the interior in?
Well, it's not great, but...
It's fucked.
Right, well, one of the seats doesn't...
No. I'll be fair to it.
Go on then.
Some of it is missing.
Yeah, some of it is.
The stuff that isn't missing is fucked.
Well, not entirely.
What sort of state is it in mechanically?
It's all right.
It's fucked.
It's not.
It's just not run for however long.
Yeah, what, a week,
Yeah.
a week and a half. Yeah, because I've had to do some other things.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I need to get a new fuel filter for it. That's all.
Right. So mechanically shagged. The interior is either missing or completely dog bollocked, and exterior it looks like it's been used as target practice by the latest Cuban beach hockey team.
Right. But if this year, I am freed up to do something a bit more creative, which hopefully I will be, then that bodywork can be sorted out.
Why would you do that?
Because I'd like to do it. I'd like to help that car back into a happy life.
It can't have a happy life.
Can't have a happy life.
Nobody could ever love that car again.
Well, I love it.
You don't really, though.
I do.
No, you only love it in a theoretical way. you love it in the way that I think that I should love this car because it's kind of what I stand for. And also, if I say that I love it, I don't have to do anything with it.
No, that's not right. What's that doing there?
What's what doing away?
The thumbs up there. There's a 4 and then a 4 underneath it. That's weird.
Does that mean that 44 people have liked it?
Yeah, it does. I just don't know why it's like that. Instead of like, that looks like a time signature rather than 44 people liking it.
Fred should be your learning paint spraying car, Mustard.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Fred.
Somebody likes Fred as well as me. And, yeah, mechanically, it will be okay.
Fred takes up valuable retail space. Thank you, I agree.
Everything takes up valuable retail space.
I want Fred on the road, says Buddy Scrotter. Well, buy it then. Put your money where your mouth is. All of you people saying Fred should be saved. Right, let me let you into a secret. Right? Mustard is never going to save Fred.
Yes, I am.
It's not going to happen.
Yes, I am.
It won't happen.
Yes, I am.
It will just sit there in the yard for about 17 years, same as Amy did.
Amy?
Amy.
Yeah, but Amy was never going to go back on the road.
Well, no, there's Fred.
Yeah, well,
It won't.
it will.
You said all of this about Amy.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I never said it was
When
gonna go
I
back on the
sold
road.
you Amy, you said, I'm going to
done
make
so-
this car beautiful again.
You sold me Amy.
Yeah.
You're talking about a different car.
No, no.
You must be, because I picked up Amy before I even knew you.
I know. That's why you don't know you bought it off me, because you didn't know me then.
Ah, right, I see. But you also lived in a different part of the country.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I did.
and you had a different face, and a different name.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to give the game away, did I?
True enough. Yeah. All right, fair enough.
And you said all the same thing about Amy.
I didn't. I said it probably won't be worthwhile doing.
Yeah, and
what I said.
You're right. It's
Yeah,
not.
and I discovered it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because it was rotten.
Exactly. Yeah.
As well as having a snap cam belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the point with Fred, right? So Mustard's never going to do anything with it. So if you genuinely want Fred saved, put your money where your mouth is, buy it. None of them will, because they're all just keyboard warriors. Keyboard warriors saying, yeah, I want Fred saved, but they're not going to do anything. They're hypocrites.
No, they're basically going.
They're the kind of people who say, I would never hurt an animal, but they eat chicken.
Do you eat chicken?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but I would hurt animals quite happily.
I wouldn't hurt animals.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
If I saw an animal, I'd just hurt it.
I would poke a badger with a spoon.
Well, that's if you could catch
You
it.
know what?
Normally, you only can do that if it's already dead. 'cause
You know a
it's
wooden spoon that
Yeah,
you have in the kitchen.
I like a wooden
Well, you know if you turn it round and look at the end of the handle, it's always got a pointed end to the handle.
No, mine hasn't.
They all have.
Well, mine doesn't.
It does.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, but it does. You haven't noticed it.
I haven't noticed it because it's not there.
It is there.
It's not there.
It is.
It really isn't.
It is.
I know my wooden spoon inside out.
How many wooden spoons have you got?
One. And I need another one.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Well, because, if I'm cooking something and
What?
I'm using a wooden spoon, and I will do that with a pan,
Yeah.
even with a metal pan, because I don't like the sound of...
I haven't got any metal spoons. I only use wooden spoons.
Well, yeah, because that's what you... Yeah, it's like a chopping board.
Yeah.
You don't use a glass
Well, it's not
chopping board.
really like a chopping
Well,
board,
but
is
it
it?
should be made of
I mean,
wood.
it's a different shape.
It should, well, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
the material. That's the correct material, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Not glass, not metal.
No.
Right.
Unless you're in a professional kitchen.
Well, they use aluminium, stainless steel worktops.
No, we use plastic and
Oh yeah, the colour coded
and they're
ones.
colour coded.
Yeah, but they're plastic anyway, so
They are plastic.
yeah. Well, that's just so you don't cross-contaminate meat juices and stuff, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but at home it doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter if you get food poisoning.
Yeah, but you don't because you make sure you wash it.
Wash what?
The chopping board.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the wooden spoon. Anyway, the point is, you know, if you turn your wooden...
Someone's going to find that conversation annoying.
You know, if you turn your wooden spoon around and look at the end of the handle,
Yeah,
you'll find it's pointed.
mine isn't.
It is.
And I noticed that.
I would be willing to poke a badger with that end of the spoon.
Right, that's cruel. I
Well-
mean, eating meat is you could say it's cruel, but you don't have to enjoy the cruelty part of it. In fact, most people who eat meat, they don't like the cruelty part, but they like the taste of it.
Yeah, but that's crueler than poking a badger with a spoon.
But yeah, it depends on whether it's alive or not.
A live badger.
Right.
You poke a live badger with a spoon,
They'll
you
run
might...
off.
Yeah.
Oh, turn around and like grip you.
Oh, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
But the point is,
Right, TB time for you.
It's going to live on, whereas very few animals survive being consumed by humans.
Yeah. Well, right. Are you talking about the black and white badges or police people?
I'm not talking about policeman badger. I wouldn't poke policeman badger with a spoon.
Well, I don't know. It's difficult to tell.
Well, unless I was
do
drunk.
these days and get away with it.
Maybe if I was drunk. I mean, that's what they do on YouTube channels now, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
They do the equivalent of poking policeman badger with a spoon. Right, you people, what do they call themselves? Enforcers? No,
Well, the ones that film themselves.
they're
Basically
absolute
taunting the police.
twats.
Yeah.
What do they call themselves?
Idiots. But I don't know.
No, they are idiots.
They are idiots. Yeah.
Somebody will know in the comments. What do they call themselves, please?
I saw one the other week where somebody was having a go at policemen for dropping the end of a sandwich.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I thought it was on. I don't know what it was on, but
Auditors.
auditors.
That's what they call themselves.
Bollocks. to you.
Auditors.
Auditors.
Absolute total wankers, and they should all... I am not in favour of police brutality.
No.
Apart from when it comes to auditors. I would like them all to be savagely beaten with a policeman's truncheon.
Yeah. Right.
I would like them to be dragged roughly into the back of a car. I would like them to be put in the cells overnight and beaten up.
Right. Okay. And
I'd
then
like
say
them to be put
the
into a
deputies are-
two-man cell with Mr. Big when he was feeling particularly randy
and hungry.
and hungry.
Auditors. I didn't know they had a name. I mean, that makes it sound like they're doing something.
This
of
just
work.
in. Mustard is slightly eccentric, and that can be a good thing, but it's not good when buying cars.
Right. Okay.
And that's from Steve Berry.
It's not from Steve Berry,
I said it is.
but it might be someone who's called himself Steve Berry just for this purpose.
Ah, okay.
So that'll be either Pingu Concord or Matthew.
But anyway, the point is that auditors, who should all be, bad things should happen to them, they are doing the YouTube equivalent of poking policeman badger with a spoon.
Yeah.
And they all need a slap upside the head, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something we agree on.
Yeah.
Well, bloody hell.
Yeah.
We might have to end the live stream because we agree on something.
Well, that just shows how awful these people are. That even we can't bring ourselves to disagree on it.
And we like disagreeing.
We do, and I will normally say something I don't believe in just to disagree with you. But I could not go on record as defending auditors. I think they're complete time-wasting arseholes. And I don't get why their channels are so popular.
Well, I think it's down to an awful lot of small-mindedness that, unfortunately, a large part of the population tends to have when it comes to people in authority. And they think if you're in authority, you should be absolutely squeaky clean, and you should be challenged even by the most scroty type of person ever for whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, I've got no time for them.
There was one I saw, and it's only going to annoy me to tell you this, but there was some guy going over to, there was a policeman in his car, in a lay-by, and he was scrolling through something. And this guy went up to him and said, oh, is it one rule for you but another for us, eh? I thought, "Oh, right." And I just had to have a look on it was Instagram. And all it was some dickhead with his scooter doing dickhead things, doing dickhead stunts and stuff like that. And thought, there we go. Gosh.
I mean,
Well, it's maybe Randy that has.
they don't fuck it up. They don't understand how the world works, right? Now, I've been on this planet a good while.
Yeah,
I've
58 years.
I've experienced a fair bit. Yeah. And, you know, let's be realistic. What is the point of working hard to achieve a position of some responsibility or power? What is the point of working hard to achieve that if you don't then abuse it?
Oh, well, then we're going a different way now, aren't we?
Are we?
Well, you have.
Have I?
Yeah, you're going down that way by yourself. We're back to disagreeing with each other.
Oh, do you disagree with that?
What do I think that the main reason why you should be in authority is so you can abuse the privilege?
Not the main reason, but it's a reason.
One of the reasons.
Yeah.
One of the perks of the job.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you could ever admit that. I mean, every job has a perk, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like what we have.
Yeah.
Buying and selling cars.
Yeah.
One of the perks is being skint and also driving different cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A policeman means that, you know, maybe you can take your uniform home
Yeah.
and use it in the bedroom.
If you get...
But you're probably not really allowed to do that.
I don't know, are you not?
I don't know. If you was a policewoman, right? Right. Now you imagine, if you was a policewoman, would you take your uniform home and please your man?
Right.
Do you like that kind of thing?
I'm trying to work out if you deliberately asked me that because you've remembered the thing that I've told you more than once, or whether you've just forgotten about that. So I'm not sure whether that's a deliberate poke at me, or whether you've just forgotten about that particular anecdote.
I just want a bit of reassurance that I'm right in what I'm thinking here. Because actually, really, what you want, it wouldn't be the real uniform, but more like a dress up. So if you, a policeman or woman, you take.
Oh, you're not fussy then.
No. Let me explain. Policeman or woman, you take your uniform home and you use it with your partner, wife, or whatever in the bedroom. That would be against the rules of the uniform. Probably wouldn't, like the terms of use for this uniform. You take it home, you look after it. You don't use it for spanking.
I kind of doubt that is actually set out.
Well, yeah, it might actually be
in the contract.
In
of
the contract,
employment.
it could be, or at least it would be frowned upon. It's an unwritten rule. But what would be fine?
Because if
would
it
be
was,
buying one
if
for a
it
joke
was
shop.
written into the what's it, then without wishing to name and shame anybody, the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty would have been in breach of contract many times.
Yeah,
She always came home in uniform.
yeah, and she came home in uniform,
She did.
and what you're saying, she didn't get changed before the act of coitus.
I didn't give a chance. I was a younger man in those days.
What about a traffic warden?
I've never done a traffic warden.
Yeah, but maybe could that be? I don't really see a lady traffic warden could ever really look particularly attractive in her get-up. But then I don't really think that about the uniform of a police officer either, or a nurse. I mean, the comedy ones, the joke shop kind of uniforms. Yeah,
I know
fair enough.
nurses' uniform is sexy.
Not a real nurse's uniform.
Not so much now, but they used to be.
Well, right. Well, you're going back a long way, though, aren't you?
Not
Before
that
they started
far.
wearing scrubs.
Not that far. And anyway, to be fair, the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty was their sister at that point.
Right.
So it wasn't like the basic uniform,
Okay.
dark blue.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You had a very, very gleeful expression. As you said that. Oh yes, he's
Reliving former
yeah,
glories.
Yes, I could see the moment being replayed in your mind there. And you've crossed your legs to make sure that no evidence is on display.
Okay, so which uniforms are sexy and which are not sexy? You're saying traffic warden.
Definitely not.
Well, what if you're a lady?
Well, not
Yeah, but
a lady traffic warden.
no. What if you were a lady? Would you find would you find a male traffic warden sexy?
Well, I find this really difficult to do because I am genuinely a proper heterosexual man. I don't.
Okay, so as a heterosexual
you
man,
you and I could spend a whole night together, and I would not be tempted. Okay, no matter how drunk I got.
you wouldn't get fucking chance, mate.
So it's very difficult to look at that.
Hang on. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right, but if we spend the night together, cuddled up for warmth, then it's all very well being fully compass mentis and saying, this is my best mate. He's straight. I'm straight. This is just a particular Morecambe and Wise situation.
We're just spooning.
Yeah, there's nothing to be read into this. But what about that early morning when you're still asleep thing, and you feel the warmth of another body, and in your asleep mind you just assume, well, this will be a woman. It's a bong.
Yeah, well, I mean that's not something I can comment on with any experience. So I'm only going to assume that wouldn't happen. Oh, we've still got 53 people watching. That's good, isn't it?
It's bloody amazing.
Metal Man is here. Hello, Metal Man. Oh, who'll grow up, mate? Who are you talking to? Ah. There might be some arguments going on with each other again.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll jump into that.
Might be. Unfortunately, it does seem to happen quite a bit. That's what the comments are for, so you can ignore the live stream and just bicker away. Enjoy. Go on.
Boaty would make a grade A auditor. Imagine him giving grief to some cop.
I almost forgot about that conversation that we had about that.
I think Boaty would be good having a small nightclub. Simone's on form. Imagine traffic warden dirty talk. Come on, baby, give me a ticket and take a photo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that works. Probably. I don't think... the thing is about traffic wardens is they can't possibly be wearing sexy uniforms, can they? Because they're out in all weathers. You know, and a lot of the time, certainly in this country, you may notice it rains a lot and it's cold. So all that waterproof gear and the thing that they carry around to pull the things out of, to slap on the windscreen, that's not really a good look, is it? I certainly don't think so.
Right, excellent, jolly good.
Well, you found something interesting there?
No, somebody did just text me to say your eyes are fucked and nobody's arguing.
Oh, they're not.
Right, let's have one jolly good discussion before we send them on their way.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. What shall we have a discussion or a debate?
Well, let's see what happens with this particular topic. Would you like to choose a topic to?
Why don't we let them choose? Let's let them choose a topic.
Right. Well,
they've invested their time and effort.
The first thing that anybody comes up with after Tracy's Afterburn could be what we talk about next.
After Tracy's, right?
See, that's how I can read that from here. Oh yes, I can't actually read what it says. I just recognise the name.
Oh, Skick has come in.
Skick! Oh, brilliant.
Boaty is... Oh, no. Skick says, is there a God? Here we go. Skick, I can answer that. Yes. Yes, there is.
I can answer that and say, no. End of discussion.
Right. Well, in a way it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're wrong.
Well, so are you. But, or you are, or I am.
Yeah, but you are.
Yeah, but you can't prove that there is a God.
Do I need to?
Yeah, you think you don't need to. I think you do.
Why would you deny somebody else's belief when it does you no harm?
I don't. I don't deny anybody having a belief. But if you ask me a question like, is there a God? My honest answer is no.
What qualifies you to give a definitive statement?
Because, as I've just said, I've seen no proof of such a thing.
Have you ever been to America?
No.
So America doesn't exist then?
Well, I know America exists, don't I? In the
How?
same way that I know Pluto exists.
How?
Well, because...
You've never been... Have you ever seen it with your own eyes?
Well, hang on. Some people say they've seen a ghost with their own eyes.
Yeah.
But it could actually mean that they've had a migraine or something like that.
Have you
Or
seen
they could
America?
just be
Have you seen
hallucinating.
America with your own eyes?
No, I haven't.
So how can you categorically prove it exists?
All right, I can't.
Right.
America's not even there.
So
And as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't need to be.
But you accept that America exists, don't you?
Well, I mean, basically, as people that can't
Despite the
possibly
fact
all
that
live in this one country...
you've got no definitive personal proof that it exists. And yet you accept that it does. Because other people have told you that it
Well,
does.
it's a bit more than just them telling me that it does exist, doesn't it?
They've described it to you. They've shown you
Pictures.
visual images that they claim is this land called America that may or may not exist.
Do you think it exists?
Well, I've lived there, so yeah.
Right. Well, I don't believe it does.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
Right, well. So, and this is the perfect example
It's
of
not.
how I know, in my mind, I know you're wrong, because you've just said, for the sake of argument, America doesn't exist. I've been there. I know that it does. And even if I have personal insight of other people who've been there, who I trust. So I am willing to say, as far as I'm concerned, with absolute certainty, America exists. Despite the fact that you or somebody else might say that it doesn't. And it's exactly the same deal with God. I've got enough personal experience plus anecdotal experience from others plus the proof of all that is around me that God exists. So irrespective of anybody who says that he doesn't, I know he does.
I don't think you can draw the conclusion that if you know that America's there, therefore God's there as well.
No, I'm not saying that God's in America.
No, well, he probably is though. He is about.
Well, you know,
He's more likely to be popular there.
God's omnipresent. God is everywhere. God is everywhere at all times.
Right. Okay. Now, do you believe in the infinite universe?
Yes.
Right. So, and we might have had this discussion before. So, if the edge of our universe, which is an impossible task to get even a millionth or a billionth the journey to,
Yeah.
because it's infinite.
Yeah.
What's beyond there, do you think?
I don't know.
Right. Well, there is one thought that there's another universe, and in fact,
But they're just guessing.
well, yeah, but
They haven't been there. They haven't seen it.
No, they haven't seen it. Well, we haven't actually been beyond the Earth besides Moon, have we? We've been to the Moon, or a couple of people have been to the Moon, but many people will deny that. But beyond our universe, there can only be
Mr. Spoonman.
more. There can only be more. And
Right.
would God, as you say,
Yeah.
be omnipresent there as well?
Of course.
Right. So, in other words, he's got a lot of work on, hasn't he? He's spreading his presence really, really thin.
Or is he?
I don't know.
Or is he? You don't know the vastness of God.
Well, I mean, you have to be bloody vast to be really just covering the Earth.
Is there any reason why he couldn't be that vast?
Well, it depends on what you.
If you were an ant,
what actually is God?
If you were an ant, you would think that you would think that Captain Mustard was vast, wouldn't you?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, God is to you as you are to an ant.
Well, no, it couldn't possibly be, because then you could actually have an idea of how big he is.
Not if you were an ant,
Well,
because you haven't been trained like Measuring Man.
Right, that's better.
Good.
Then basically, God would be the size of, say, the Burj Khalifa, but he must be bigger than that, because that's only in one place.
God is infinite.
Yeah, right. Okay, so in other words, you can't put a size on it, can you?
And
But what is he made of?
We can't know.
But everything else that we do understand and do accept, we have to know. that's the one thing that nobody understands, but we just accept. So you don't know what he's made of. You don't know what he looks like.
Oh, I know how he manifests.
Right, yeah, which is your version of it is very different to many others.
Yeah, because there are, I hesitate to say this, but there are some religious movements in existence that, with the best of intentions, have made things up. I mean, my everyday family are all Hindi, and I don't want to offend them or any of you people that are Hindi, but quite frankly, I don't believe that some of their gods. I mean, one of their gods is off his tits on drugs all the time and beheaded his own son.
Yeah.
Now, that's not a god that I can get on board with.
Well, no, right. But, I mean, why is there not just one god? And why are all of the viewers disappearing now?
There is just one god. Well, it's time for their tea, isn't it?
I think it's probably because they don't really that keen on this particular conversation. And that's Skick's fault.
Yeah.
Skick's become a bit of a celebrity, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think Skick needs to come and do a lunch with us.
Yeah. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Skick. Right, I'm going to address the camera and Skick if you are still there. Skick, you need to come to the lockup of terminal disasters and have lunch with Mustard and Boaty.
Or we could go on a road trip to where he is.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But he would have to pay for it.
Skick, answer please. Tell us that you'll come and do lunch with us. It wouldn't be like a celebrity YouTube thing, although as far as I see it, everybody knows who Skick is these days.
Oh, yeah.
So that particular question, there's no end to the discussion anyway. So there's not really a lot of point in continuing with it, really. But do we discuss something else or have a quick chat about something else before finishing or not?
We can have a quick chat about something else.
Right. Should we let somebody else suggest that then?
Yeah, by all means.
Right.
What would you like to hear us give our thoughts on, discuss, argue over, debate? Now that we've pretty much firmly established that there is one true God.
Well, you have.
Yeah, but fortunately, you're right. That's a fair point. But fortunately, I'm right. So that's okay.
But you're right.
If I was wrong, we'd be in all sorts of trouble here.
What if I'm right though?
Well, fortunately, you're not.
Why is that fortunate?
Well, because in your world there would be no God, and then things would just be chaos.
Well, it'd make more sense though.
No, it wouldn't make any sense at all.
Well, but as I see it, and I did think was going to be at the end of this particular conversation, if I can understand the world as it is, and the universe and everything else as it is, and physics as it is,
Yeah.
and once you start saying that this is all the creation of somebody, I don't understand it. Then it doesn't make any sense to me. That's really the final answer as far as I'm concerned.
Do you know why it makes sense to you?
Why?
Because that's how God created it.
No wonder you actually believe this stuff, because that's how you think.
Yeah.
Everything is just, well, the reason is that it happened. That's why.
Yeah.
Like what I said, I found it quite funny. I was in the shop with my girls a few weeks back, and I did something that you would do. One of them said to me, "Why is it so busy here today?" And I just said, "Because it's what? Look, it's so busy."
Yeah. Well, sometimes it is what it is, and you can overthink these things.
No wonder it is what it is. Has become such a popular phrase.
Yeah.
But it's lazy.
Has anybody
It's a
given us a
lazy
subject?
phrase.
Skick in the caravan. What's going on?
I think a lot of people like to see that, wouldn't they?
Skick in the caravan. Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah. Hold on. God. All right. When Sir,
6 o'clock.
when Sir Richard, Dicker Dum-Dum and Lady Morris met Prince Andrew. No, I don't think he is a pervert there. Just a bit. He's just been a bit misguided by that naughty Chaz Lee chappie. And that's the 6th time he's taken the trouble to write that down and I haven't read it out. I'm so sorry. Right, one quick subject, 2-minute argument, then we'll go.
We're going to have to because it is 6 o'clock.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's gone very late suddenly, isn't it?
Let's just go then. Oh, we've got to go and get a car, haven't we?
Yeah, we're off to collect a car as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your live stream.
Oh, yeah, right. So, thank you very much for joining me on this live stream. You've got 30 seconds or so to click like if you haven't already. And
unsubscribe.
And ignore everything that Boaty ever says to you because you know it doesn't really help. So, thank you very, very much for everybody who's joined the live stream, watched, commented, liked, or just watched. I don't really mind. You know, I appreciate you being here, and I think he does as well. We've never had a live stream with so many people watching, and he's all excited, clutching his little tinkle ears. Good night. Bye bye for now.